So I want to give a couple of stats and bring us up to par, bring us up to speed with 2024. And then I want to play a clip just to kind of compare character of people. All right. So 2018, 733,721 new businesses were started under Trump. Just on par with that, okay, about a fourth to a fifth of those by 2019, 2020 failed after a year, year and a half in operation. That's normal. If you go all the way back to the beginning of time, small businesses start and there is a failure rate that for whatever reason, lack of planning, poor model, unexpected expenses, they misconfigured it, they didn't have the capital to survive, waiting on the sales to kick in, whatever. All right, it happens. But here's where it gets staggering. All right. By 2023, 2024, instead of only 30% of businesses to be gone, because remember I told you the first year about a fifth, second year, up to like 20, 25%. By the fifth year, 25%, give or take, so we can call it 25 to 30%, give or take, businesses are gone. They can't survive a 5-year business plan. That's the normal rate. All right, 30 is on the high end. 25 is the median, the average. So by 2023, 2024, 75% of the businesses should still be thriving and rolling and making money and paying employees and operating. Instead, 48% of the businesses have closed. Now, this is where it gets crazy, hairy, right? Planned, if you will. They say, we inherited this from Trump. We saved the country from the pandemic. 10 million people were unemployed. This is all Trump's fault. Now, we're at 2023, 2024, okay? Now we're into 2024. Biden's been in office for 3.7 years, going on 4 years. How much longer are you going to make up the excuse that all this is Trump's fault? So while Trump was in office during the pandemic, see, the pandemic started in 2019, you remember? Mm-hmm. During the pandemic, when everybody was locking down, still only a fifth of businesses closed. All right? Then we reopened, and there was a little bit of a surge. But even in that surge that they talked about, which really wasn't a surge, it was just people going back to work, okay? So at the end of 2023, going into 2024, 38% of the new businesses that started under Trump are gone. Either filed bankruptcy or just closed their doors and walked away or sold out to a bigger company that could absorb them.
That's very telling, and I have not heard any about that on the news.
Because they're not going to talk about it, because they don't want us to know that. Because they tell us that my buddy Christopher, he's my Starfruit guy. Great guy.
Starfruit.
He's a great guy. But he swears, he sends me stuff all the time, but he only sends me the Democrats' version of it. New businesses surge under Biden's administration. Farmers make more money in the history of farming under Joe Biden's policies. And I was like, but Chris, finish the story. Finish the part where, yes, our gross profits are up, but our net profits are the lowest they've ever been. And he's like, oh, well, is that the policies problem, or is that poor management on the farm? I was like, you're reading that from the report. Because I'm going to read to you in a minute what the Democrats put out about this story. All right, because there's two sides to this story. This is the real side, and I'm going to read to you the Democrat side. So to be exact, are you ready?
Let's have it.
381,337 businesses are all that's left out of 733,721.
Yeah, that's over 50%.
All right.
That are gone, right?
48, 50, just about, yeah. Now, the Democrats will focus on the 338,000 businesses. They failed to tell you that in 2018, there were 733,021, and that 48% of them have closed under Biden's policy. That's 48%. The par regular, if you will, is 25%. Under Biden's policy, it basically doubled, 48%.
100% more of the ones.
100% more. I say quadruple, but 100% more to be matter of fact. Now, the Democrats say, well, on average, from 2018 to 2023, that average only 12.1% of businesses. Yeah, I guess if you average year after year after year, 12%, but here's where they don't, this is like inflation. Their inflation numbers, 12% a year times 4 years is 48%. See how stupid they think we are? They wrap this message up and say, no. Biden is under the 25%. Under Biden, only an average of 12% of businesses are closing. Yeah, but 12% a year times 4 years is 48%. And we don't live in the past average. We live in today. And as of today, 48% of businesses have closed. Not 12%. Because 12% of businesses after 40 years is a very different number than 48% of businesses.
Well, 12% of the total on year 4 is going to be more than 12% of the total on year 1. Because are you taking the whole total or the total that year?
They're saying on average 12% of businesses. And they're saying they have fallen since 2018. And they're like, in other words, that's exactly, the quote is.
Still far too many. And
In other words, but here's the problem though, this is what I'm saying. Their inflation, they say inflation is 3.7. No, it's really like 21. Because if it was 3.7 this quarter, and then it went to 3.7 more, that's 7.4. Right? It keeps going up by 3%, 4%, 2%. So you have to add those numbers. That's mathematics. The compounding of numbers is addition. That's how it works. So they want to stick with the average. Well, the average is 3.7. Yeah, per quarter. Each quarter is going up 3.7. So you start adding those quarters together, and we get up to 12, 15, 19, 21% inflation. And now they're saying inflation's down 3.7. No, we're still running about 9.5 to 12%. And all they did was adjust the numbers. It's not real. So by them saying, in other words, only about 12% of the business is closed each year. Yeah, each year. 48%. Bunch of crap.
that's a really great way of, you explained that really, really well. I never would have understood that or even thought about looking that up because I'm not the business mind like you.
Right.
So that was a very, that was good to know because I didn't.
Well, thank you. I brought something to the table today.
Yeah, you did. Keep it up, old man.
We're gonna wrap up small business. I got some other stuff to go into. I got a pretty cool thing. I want to real quick though play this clip. It goes back to 9/11 when the towers fell. All right, Joe Biden was hanging out at his house. He actually was in a bunker. I heard that. I don't know why, because he was just a senator back then. He was a nobody, but that he was in the family bunker after the 9/11 attack under advisement of his legal staff. On record, Kamala Harris was at a rave party with Montel Williams.
I used to really like Montel.
Really?
I did.
He was a slut. He was a man slut.
Okay, well, that's
But he was Montel Williams.
right.
I heard he was hanging 12 or something.
That's too much information.
Montel Williams, they say, was a man whore. But isn't it crazy how they want to bring up Trump and the hooker, Trump and the porn star? Trump grabbed a lady's part on a...
But they don't bring up...
But they don't bring the fact that Kamala Harris was basically, I don't want to say a flower girl or a yuppie girl or a side piece, but there's proof, like there's picture after picture after picture, and not just with Montel, with other dudes. Like
She's allowed to date. She's allowed to have boyfriends. I mean, look at Taylor Swift. She's up to like 70 or something.
No. It's not about boyfriends. Okay, you don't understand the rave scene. There's a scene back in the 80s and 90s where people only went out just to hook up, to do drugs, get high, have sex, and then deuces, I'll see you next time. She bounced around that club lifestyle. All right, and the fact that, I guess what I'm saying is, if Trump had a relationship with either a professional sex person or a regular human being sex person and just had some sex, it's such a big deal. He's such a terrible person. He's a terrible man. How could you ever vote for somebody who had sex with a porn star? All right, how could you ever vote for somebody who had sex with Montel Williams? It's that simple. And we shouldn't live in a world where we're tit for tat.
Off the table.
Yes, because what does that have to do with how you're going to run the country? Who you slept with in the 80s or 90s, how did they just change like that? But that's so weird because now I'm dropping again. Anyways, One day we will have all this fixed. I think I'm gonna buy Gorilla Tape. We're not cutting it. I'm gonna buy Gorilla Tape, and we're gonna take these suckers down. I wonder if we have ghosts in the house. I don't believe in ghosts.
Continue.
All right. Not that who you had sex with matters, but does it? No. If you're a poor judge of character,
as long as you're not doing it in the White House, with somebody other than your wife.
They've all done it in the White House.
Matter.
Didn't JFK have tunnels for Marilyn Monroe to come back and forth, and all the other hookers?
God, people quit being nasty and just do your damn job.
Okay, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. We've all made bad decisions in a nightlife, a club life, a drunk life, whatever.
And I don't remember raves being about sex because most people were on a lot of drugs and I guess maybe, okay.
Ecstasy, rolling, red pill, bleak pill. GHB.
The raves I went to were not like that. But
then you didn't go to raves. You were probably in a mosh pit somewhere.
Probably.
Was that what you're into, moshing? Are you a mosh pitter?
Not anymore, no.
Did you go to mosh? Were you like down front, slamming your body into other people?
Not once they got like really rowdy.
So you were clickbait?
No.
You got down there, you mixed it up a little bit. You were the original clickbait. You mixed it up a little bit, and then once it got aggressive, you slipped out the back.
To avoid death, yes.
I never understood that. That whole jumping around, like, I don't know.
Jumping around's fun.
Oh, I jumped around a lot.
Putting your body, like, into somebody.
Aggressively.
Not.
Yeah, aggressively, like, I don't know. I mean, I used to fight, so fighting and marsh pits, I guess, are all the same thing. But during 9/11, and I know people say, oh, well, Trump lived down there. So we got just enough time. We're going to play his clip, and then we're going to go to a break. When we get back, we're going to talk about Biden and his red balloon in the public square. We got a bunch of other stuff to talk about, cutting cows. But after 9/11, Donald Trump sent 200 men on his payroll from his construction sites down to 9/11 to Ground Zero to help out. Listen to this clip. We'll be right back.
I think we'll do fine. Donald, what do you think about all this? You're a developer. You've built buildings all your life.
Well, there's never been anything like this. It's disgraceful, and I hope we attack fast. I hope we find out who it is and go fast. Okay.
Why'd you want to come down here today?
I have about 100 men working down here, so just to spur them on. Hi, folks. Hi, folks. I have over 100 men out, and I hear doing an amazing job, so I just want to give them some support.
Did the men from here at the development?
Yeah, men from my company. We have another 100 coming in a little while.
And how long have they been down here?
They've been down here for about a day and a half.
What have you talked to other developers? Are they donating their time, their men's work?
Well, I hope they are. I haven't really focused on that, but we have a lot of people coming down here and a lot of people down here now, and they're brave guys. A couple of them got hurt, but I'm just want to spur them on a little bit.
What did you think when you heard about this?
I was just down to Ground Zero. Ground Zero is a disaster. I've never seen anything like this. I hope we act very quickly. I hope we find out who did it and act accordingly and quickly.
Do you have any plans to donate money to the Widows and Children's Fund for the fallen firefighters?
I've done it over the years, and it certainly sounds like a good idea.